Welcome to Middle Class Matters, Business News in English from Dr. CMA Allegation. Adani's response dated 29th January 2023 on the Hindenburg report on the allegations of stock manipulations and accounting fraud. Part number 3. Adani has also successfully concluded the IPO of portfolio FMCG company AWL Adani Wilmar Limited amounting to INR 36 billion US dollar 450 million during the month of February 2022. Adani portfolio companies have a strong track record of delivering value to shareholders, attracting equity investors. For example, INR 150 invested in Adani Enterprises Limited, which was the first IPO in 1994. Out of the Adani portfolio has generated a market valuation of INR 9 lakhs in the past 28 years, that is 6,000x multiple. Over the past 3 years, the Adani portfolio has raised US dollar 32.3 billion capital, which is split into US dollar 8.3 billion in DCM issuances, USD 8 billion in go-to-market facilities, and USD 16 billion in equity capital program. We also refer to a paragraph in the report that there may be additional hidden leverage within the Adani empire in the form of pledges of shares on the undisclosed shareholding described in Part 1. It may be noted that any encumbrance creation needs to be created through depository participant of respective shareholder. As part of the regulated reporting process, the depository participant reports this to the depository, National Securities Depository Limited, Central Depository Services Limited. The corresponding information automatically gets captured within the stock exchange database as well. The above process needs to be followed to ensure that the encumbrance is valid, registered, and enforceable. Stock exchanges disclose encumbrance created on both promoter held and public held shares as compiled in the above table. Therefore, there is no possibility of any additional hidden leverage as referred in the report. Below is the breakup of the equity share pledge for Adani listed companies as on December 31, 2022, which is also available publicly on the exchange websites on a quarterly basis. Adani Green Energy Limited 60.75% of promoter group and other promoter shares 4.36%. APL 74.97% of promoter group, 25.01% of promoter shares encumbered. ATGL promoter group 74.80%, ATL promoter group 74.19%, promoter shares 6.62%. AEL 72.63% of the promoter group and 2.66% of the promoter shares. APSEZ 65.13% of promoter group and 17.31% of promoters shares. AWL shares publicly held by promoter group 87.94%. D. Banking relationships. The portfolio has developed a deep domestic and international bank relationship, which is outlined below. This has strengthened access to diverse funding sources and structures. Further, Adani portfolio companies have demonstrated successful syndication of the banking transactions, resulting in de-risking of the banks in volatile markets. Case in point being Holcim's Cement Indian Cement Business Acquisition with international banks and Navi Mumbai Airport and Kutch Copper Refinery with domestic banks. It may be noted that Adani portfolio has issued 30-year bonds USPP Adani Transmission Portfolio 20 years bonds APSEZ 2041 and 20-year amortizer bonds AGEL RG2, which outlines deep access to international bond markets and infrastructure investors. E. Environment, social and governance ESG highlights. Adani portfolio companies are fully committed to ESG aspects and has a robust ESG framework and glide path in place, which is focused on assurance framework. We have identified key ESG risks and adopted multiple mitigation measures which are business specific for mangrove afforestation in Adani ports, an increasing renewable mix in power procurement from 3% in financial year 21 to 30% in financial year 23 and 60% by financial year 27 in Adani Electricity Mumbai, part of Adani Transmission Limited. The Adani portfolio companies have adapted best-in-class global disclosures and standards like TCFD, SBTi, CDP, SDGs. The portfolio companies are on track to achieve the following: water neutrality, zero waste to landfill, single-use plastic-free sites, mangrove afforestation, zero biodiversity net loss, carbon neutrality. Additionally, we have improved our governance standards to align it with global best practices. We have already constituted a corporate responsibility committee consisting of 100% independent directors in all of our portfolio companies, which does the review of the ESG progress and framework alignment with progress of the same. Most of the board committees in the portfolio companies have majority representation from independent directors. All committees' terms of references TOR has to be reviewed by the board on periodic basis. Below is a short summary of ESG credentials and environmental commitments of Adani portfolio companies. Governance. At the heart of Adani governance commitment is one-tier board system with board of directors possessing a disciplined orientation and distinctive priorities. Our robust governance structure is based on well-structured policies and procedures that are the backbone of our governance philosophy. Our policies are formulated to ensure business continuity and to maintain a high quality throughout our operations. Board of directors are the highest authority for the governance and the custodian who push our businesses in the right direction. They provide the overall strategic insights and guidance to our business operations. Our governance framework reflects our value system and is built to boost our governance mechanisms. Ethics and integrity. The boards of Adani portfolio brands are committed to the highest integrity standards. Directors commit to abide by the code of conduct, regulations, and policies under oath, endeavoring to demonstrate intent and actions consistent with stated values. Responsible conduct. The boards emphasize the Adani portfolio's role in contributing to neighborhoods, terrains, communities, and societies. In line with this, the Adani portfolio is accountable for its environment and societal impact, corresponded by compliance with laws and regulations. As a mark of responsibility, the Adani businesses extend beyond minimum requirements with the objective of emerging as a responsible corporate. Accountability and transparency. The boards engage in comprehensive financial and non-financial reporting aligned to best practices relating to disclosures. It follows internal and or external assurance and governance procedures. Structure of the board. All Adani portfolio entities board represents an appropriate balance between executive, non-executive and independent directors to safeguard the interest of shareholders, including shareholders. The board comprises of at least 50% independent directors, and the businesses are headed by professional CEOs or executive directors. To ensure the effectiveness of corporate governance and that all our operations are well governed, the board has established subcommittees that supervise various business functions. This enables the board to remain updated on all developments in the company, as the committees provide in-depth scrutiny over all business aspects. All committees conduct meetings with defined periodicity to ensure the smooth functions of the business functions they are responsible for. Committees to the boards have at least 50 members as 50% members as independent directors. Following is the summary of committees. Name of the committee, composition, meeting frequency. Audit committee, 100% independent directors, quarterly it meets. Nomination remuneration committee, 75% independent directors, at least twice in a year. Stakeholders relationship committee, 50% independent directors, quarterly is the report. Corporate social responsibility committee, 75% independent directors, off yearly. Risk management committee, 50% of independent directors, quarterly reporting. Corporate responsibility committee, 100% independent directors, quarterly reporting. Information technology and data security committee, subcommittee to risk management committee, more than 50% independent directors, off yearly reporting. Mergers and acquisitions committee, subcommittee to risk management committee, more than 50% independent directors, as and when applicable. Legal, regulatory and tax committees, subcommittee to risk management committee, 100% independent directors, off yearly reporting. Reputation risk committee, subcommittee to risk management committee, more than 50% independent directors, off yearly reporting. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, give your comments. The next part will follow in the next video. Thanks for watching.